Hello everybody. In this video what we're going to do is continue doing the replacement of the internet ASAs using Palo Altos. So from the last video we configured HA, and you can see HA here is up. This is the active. It's PA HA1, and the passive over here is PA HA2. So there you can see they're synchronized, they're running, and we haven't done any more configuration. So let's go back to the Eve topology, and what we're going to do is we're going to configure Ethernet 1.1 as the outside. So let's do that. Let's not do that. So let's grab this, connect this to this switch, and we're going to connect ETH 1.1. That's going to be our outside. Save that to 1.0 on this switch. Okay, now we're going to connect 1.3 for the inside to 1.0. Save that. So then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to connect this, the secondary Palo Alto, ETH 1.1, yep, that's right, to ETH 1.1. Yeah, that's fine. Should be good. And the inside right here to this switch. So that'd be ETH 1.3 to ETH 1.1, and save it. Okay, so now we have everything connected. Now we're going to go into these switches. So switch 11 right here. You can see those interfaces came up. So let's do a show run. And you can see we're using access VLAN 50. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to change 1.0. So we're going to go in. So we're going to go config T interface range E1/0 to 1, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 50. Okay. And let's do copy run start. We'll save that config, and we're going to do the same thing down on switch 8. So show run. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we're using VLAN 254 for this one. It doesn't really matter what VLAN you use as long as all of these ports are on the same VLAN, because this is just really being used as a layer 2 switch. So config T interface E1 interface range. Let's do range E1 0 to 1. And switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 254. All right. So they're all on. So all of these are on the same layer 2 domain. So they can all connect to each other, and that's how they're going to talk. And same thing for over here. This switch is just all the same VLAN 50. Let's do a copy run start, do copy run start, and we'll save that. Show, let's end, show IP interface, or show, let's see, what do we want to do? Show, let's do a show interface well, show IP interface brief. What's that going to do? That's not going to tell us anything. Well, it tells us they're up. So that's the important thing. Show IP interface brief. And again, 1 and 0 and 1, 1, they're up. So that's good. Show VLAN. And we can see that they're all in that same VLAN. Perfect. Show VLAN. Looks good. Okay. So now we're ready to start on the Palo Alto configuration. So what we're going to do is go to Device. Go to, we don't want to be in high availability. So network, we want to go to network and Ethernet network and 1, 1. So here we're going to set up 1, 1. So this is going to be a routed interface, layer 3. We're going to give it an IP v4. Right now we're going to configure the default virtual router, and we're going to need to get a security zone. So let's do a new zone, and we'll name this outside, or yeah, let's do outside zone. Okay. That's all we should have to do, outside zone. IPv4, we're going to give it an IPv4 address. So here's our address. It's going to be, so let's look back here. We're looking for a 651010 address. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6510. So let's do .6. We'll have to do .6 for this. Okay. It's back here. 65.10.10.6/24. And that should do that. Config, virtual router default, okay. And we'll also configure Ethernet 1.3. So again, we're going to make this a layer 3 interface type. Virtual router, we're going to use our default. And security zone, so this will be the inside zone. Inside zone. And that should be it for that. IPv4. So let's go back to our topology. So we use .6 out here. Let's use .6 inside also. 10.150, and this will be the 254.6/24. So back to here. Add an IP 10.150.254.6/24. Let's take a look at that. I believe that is correct. Let's take a look at the ASA real quick. Show interface IP brief. And there it is, 10.150.254. So that is what we want. So that looks good. All right. Let's go back here. 254.6. Okay. And okay. So we've configured those. You can see they're not green yet, and that's because we have to commit this. So let's commit. And once this is committed, they should come up. And we should also be able to check that it's that the HA is working correctly. We should see it on the secondary. We should see it sync. So let's watch and make sure everything's working right. dashboard. Back to network. Okay, this is done. And now you can see both of those are up. Layer 3, layer 3, default virtual router. So if we look at the virtual router, here's the default one. You click more runtime stats. You can see all the different networks it knows about. So it knows about these connected networks, 65.10.10. So that's what it knows about right now. We're going to do another route in another video. In the next video, we'll do the routing. But that should be the configuration for the network. So 1313, let's look at back to interfaces. We see they're up, inside zone, outside zone. That looks good. Okay, so now let's look to the dashboard. Let's see if this is still synchronized. Let's look at the secondary, the HA2. So you can see right now that the job completed, HA sync job complete. So let's go to network, interfaces, and there you see that these are down because it's the secondary. So if this came up, you'd see these as up. Right now, those interfaces are red. All right, so that is configuring the interfaces. I hope that's been helpful, and we'll continue the configuration in the next videos. Thanks.